What up, Bullet World? Coming to you live and direct from PNG Bullet Camp, another update. I was asked what type of wormer do I use and what techniques do I apply? Well, this is not a world-renowned technique that all the big breeders use or all the small breeders use. It's just personally what I use with my own personal dogs and what works for me. I hope it works for you all as well. Okay. Now, we talking about the different types of worms. In order to treat worms, you must understand the type of worms they are and what do they do to the body. And then you got to understand certain worm medicines do not target every type of worm. Some worm medicines may only target two types, one, three types. So let's go into the different type of worms, okay? So, the different type of worms you have. Of course, everybody knows the most popular of them all, the roundworm. Okay, the roundworm, well, is a tricky little thing. That's why I want to go. I want to talk more about this. I think the roundworms will be one of the things I touch on the most. Roundworms are tricky because if you don't pay attention and know the symptoms of a roundworm, you would think you have a healthy, fat puppy. Okay, roundworms have the ability of making your dogs look full, and healthy. So let's just see. I'm gonna show you a quick picture of a dog with extreme cases of roundworms. Okay, this is a puppy with extreme cases of roundworms. Okay, now you notice out of the someone who's not really experienced with dogs would think that okay, this is just a healthy puppy. Maybe he ate too much. He looks so pretty and fat, right? No, that's not the case. That's a dog with extreme cases of roundworms. Now there are different other ways to basically spot the symptoms of a dog infested with worms. Okay, so we have roundworms, which is a tricky sucker because, like I said, you would think you have a fat puppy. You have pinworms, treadworms, hookworms, hardworms, and many more. Well, like I said, different people use different techniques, different wormers, things of that nature. But the question is, what type of wormer do I use? Safeguard. Safeguard paste. Safeguard paste is for horses and for dogs. The way that I use this is I take a small syringe and I give my dog 1 cc of this paste, which means I push this syringe downwards and I put the syringe at the bottom and I pull at the same time, and I pull 1 cc. Now, the way you're supposed to do it is 1 cc per 5 pounds. That's the way you're supposed to worm your dog. 1 cc per 5 pounds. I do 1 cc period, and I do 3 days in a row. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so forth and so on. Okay, now a lot of people, start their pups off at 6 weeks old, worming the dog. Between 6 weeks to 12 weeks old, worming their dogs. And with the puppies, yes, 1 cc per 5 pounds. That's what you do, 3 days in a row. So my technique for worming the puppies actually is 2 weeks old, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10, 12, and 16 weeks old. Now, once the puppy becomes an adult, becomes like, 2, 3 years old, things like that, then maybe I'll do it like every other month, every 3 months, things of that nature. So another good tip to keeping the worms down in the dogs, fighting fleas. Flea collar on your dog, everything, treat your dog for fleas. Bay your dog for fleas. A good thing that I use for fleas is Atom tea and fleek spray. You keep the fleas down, it will help with the decrease of worms inside of your dogs. How do you spot a dog that has worms? Okay, like I said, you got some dogs that got worms in their feces. So your dog, always pay attention to your puppy's feces because it'll tell you a lot about what's going on inside of your dog. when a dog rub his butt on the ground. When you see your dog scooting his butt on the ground, that's, you know, it's a constant thing. You know, it does it like every day or all day, things of that nature. When you see a dog scoot his butt on the ground, that's one symptom, you know, of your dog having excessive amount of worms. Okay, or you got dry, dull, itchy coats. For the ones that don't know, I took the liberty of pulling up a picture. See? Dry, flaky, itchy coats is another way. When your dog coat is not, you know, luxurious and beautiful, then that's another sign of, you know, something going wrong with your dog. You know, when you have that dry, itchy, dull coat, you know, excessive scratching, things of that nature, then that's another quick sign of your dog having worms. Then let's go to the last one. Last but not least, this is another one that, you know, you gotta keep your eye on this one. When your dog has a drastic change in its body weight, when your dog goes from like being big to being skinny in no time, and you know it's eating right, you know nothing in his diet has really changed, but the dog won't hold any weight. Well, a lot of worms they align the inside of your dog's intestines. You know what I'm saying? They eat away at the fat in the dog's intestines and things like that. So you gotta pay attention to your dog, you know, these symptoms. Those symptoms, once again, symptoms of your dog having worms, is worms in his food or his feces, rubbing his butt on the ground, excessive scratching, drastic change in the body weight, and dull and dry coats. I hope that, you know, I helped someone today. You know, like I said, this is just a technique that I personally use with my dogs. I'm not saying that, somebody might disagree, you know, but try it for yourself. You know, if you don't know, try it for yourself. You know, the way you do it is, if you do not use a syringe with this, you only put a drop. You put a small drop of this paste on your finger. You take your hand and create a C, and you put it around the dog's mouth, and then you apply pressure in the corners of your dog's mouth. It will make him open his mouth for you. Then when you open his mouth, you take your finger with a drop of it. I mean a drop, probably not even as big as this cap, a small drop, probably about small. And you put it on your finger, and you put it on his tongue, and you swish around on his tongue real good. And you do that once every day for 3 days in a row. And then you repeat it 2 weeks after that. And then from that 2-week date, you're going to date 4 weeks from that. And you're going to worm them again. And then 6 weeks from that day, and you're going to do the same thing again. 10 weeks, 12 weeks, 16 weeks. And then when your dog becomes grown, you're going to do it, you know, once every other month or once every 3 months. So, I hope that this helps you all. You know, I hope that if anyone's struggling with a beautiful dog, I hope that, you know, this will help you to get your dog back in top-notch shape. If you got any other questions or comments, or if you think I've done something wrong or something that I can learn from, then feel free to comment at the bottom of the post. Until then, you have a great day, and I hope that I helped someone.